Good evening. This is Doc Severson for the ReadySetCrypto OMNIA trade of the day for Tuesday, the 19th of January. Looking at Bitcoin versus the US dollar, we continue to see this in this absolutely picture perfect consolidation triangle. In fact, it's almost a little too perfect. I'm thinking that we are going to have a move here relatively soon. If you can go back to this and see that every time that we've peaked from these energy levels, we have gotten a subsequent move. Now, not all of these are the same because they're in different states of larger time frame, either energy or exhaustion. And as we talked about recently, this huge move here has absolutely exhausted the weekly chart. So any energy that tries to break out from here might have a difficult time, might cause a throw over back into the pattern, or we might see something opposite happen, actually drop out of the pattern to the downside before doing a nice pivot back up to the upside. You got to ask yourself at any given time, it's like, what would have to happen to the price to screw the greatest number of people involved with trading this asset? Price moves because people are in pain. And that's why price sometimes moves in an opposite direction than we think. But we can take, if we want to, we can look for a break of this rising or descending trend line. In this case, it's a rising pattern, descending trend line for the upper trend line of that symmetrical triangle. So to do that, we're going to go down to the 5-hour chart, or maybe even lower than that, and start to draw in our trend line. So in this case, we've got one right there for that trend line. The other thing that we can watch for is we've got kind of a confluence of overhead resistance here, don't we? Because we have this lower high here setting up, and if the price has got to get anywhere, it's got to get above 38,000. So 38,000 versus BT or versus the US dollar is current. That's the current lower high setting up. So if we have this breakout, not only above that 38,000 lower high, but above the descending trend line, we could have a quick squeeze to the upside. Again, this might be just a tradable move. And if you think about this, that's a 2,000 point move in here, and it could go in a hurry. So if you're using a futures contract, like a perpetual, something like that, can have a little bit of leverage. You can do quite well on just a simple trading move like that. And if you need a little bit more visibility, you can actually break things down to the hourly chart and get yourself a quicker entry in this. Now, this does look by itself, just on the hourly chart, looks like a bear flag. We'll see whether or not this pans out to the upside or to the downside from here. So those are just a couple of potential trades that we can take in BTC versus the US dollar. Now, the big news today, the big mover today is Ethereum breaking out above 1,300. So this is a really big move. And you can see the same thing here. We've had this big energy spike, and I'm using a period of 9 right now on the fractal energy study inside of here. I found that period of 13 is just too slow with this market. It's too hot right now. So we've gone down to a period of 9, seems to match what the market wants a little bit better. This is really more of an ascending triangle pattern that's set up here, a very abbreviated one. And same comments here. We have daily energy to burn, which is going towards the trend, but let's look at the weekly chart here. Are we playing with fire? And maybe this might not go anywhere for right now. Now, the important thing about 1,400 is clearly we've got all-time highs coming into play. So to me, the most likely outcome from this is not a continued break above 1,400, but instead more of a consolidation here. And the tighter this consolidation, the better. So if it just stays within a 100-point range from like 1,300 to 1,400, that would be ideal. That would be the cup with handle pattern. Wait till the energy on the weekly chart builds up again, and this thing is ready to blast off. Now, the target for these is really the depth of the cup, and that's 1,300 points. So this would have a target of 2,700 on Ethereum if this fully plays out. Very cool. So really looking through the rest of this, not much else is going on. It's really a top two market. Bitcoin's not moving. Ethereum is taking all the oxygen out of the room at this point. And once again, I would have to say, guys, that the market is doing exactly what it should be right now. This is all making a lot of sense. These are very linear moves, and this is exactly what we would expect to see in a quiet and trending primary bull market to the upside. That's it for today's report. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow.